Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to get started with Catia. Catia is one of the most powerful CAD software packages used worldwide, especially in industries like automotive and aerospace. Now, you might wonder how Catia is different from other CAD softwares such as Fusion 360, SolidWorks, or Inventor. While the basics of 3D modeling are similar across platforms like sketching, extruding, or assembling, CATIA stands out because of its strong surfacing tools, knowledgeware for parametric design, and its ability to handle very large and complex assemblies. At the same time, if you're familiar with any other CAD tool, you will notice many similarities in how designs are built. You start with sketches, create features, and then move on to assemblies. The interface might look different, but the logic behind the design process remains same. Before we dive into sketching and modeling, let's quickly look at the CATIA interface and basic you need to know when you are just starting to learn. Here I opened CATIA. By default, it launches into the product workbench. This is actually the assembly workbench where we place and constrain multiple components together. Here we cannot create skits or individual parts directly. So let's close this and go through the correct path. From the start menu, under mechanical design, you will see options like part design, assembly design, generative space design, and others. Since in this video is for beginners, I will only focus on starting point for design work. To keep things simple and clear, I'm going to take you directly into SketchUp workbench. First, we'll create a new part file. Make sure you give the part proper name. Before continuing, check the Enable Hybrid Design option. This is important because it allows you to manage both solid and surface features together inside a single part file, keeping your design tree organized and flexible for future changes. Now we have entered the SketchUp workbench. Here you will notice a few important elements. On the left, we have specification tree. This is just like the design tree you might have seen in Fusion 360 or SolidWorks. It keeps tracks of all your sketches, features, and operations. You can easily go back and edit any step of your design. At the top right, you will find compass. This tool helps you orient and manipulate your model in 3D space. You can drag it to rotate the model or snap it to specific axis for alignment. Along the interface, you will see toolbars where all the sketching tools are located. You will also find viewing options here such as zoom, zoom in, pan, and rotate to help you navigate your design smoothly. Now let's dive straight into sketching. To start a sketch, invoke the Sketcher tool and select a plane. This could be top, bottom, or front plane, depending on the design requirements. Here I am selecting top plane. You can also select plane from the specification tree. Once the plane is activated, you can begin sketching. Here I am drawing a circle to show as an example. Yes, now the circle tool got deactivated. But if you want to continue drawing, you have to double click on the tool. Then you can draw more than one times. It's not only for circles, for every sketch tools. If you want to keep repeating the tools, you have to double click and you can repeat. Otherwise, each and every time you will have to go to the tool, activate and draw. Yes, likewise, you can draw more sketches. Here I am randomly drawing a profile. Okay. Then you can give constraint. First you have to select the sketch to give constraint. If it is coincident, you have to select the two entities, then invoke constraint, then check on the coincident and click OK. Here you will find dimension where you can apply dimension to the sketch, and these are the editing tools. Let me take trim tool and trim these unwanted entities. I'm not using every tools, I'm just showing. a few basic tools so that you can start your design. And after creating the profile, to convert the 2D into 3D, you have to exit the Sketcher workbench. Okay. Then here you will find all the 3D tools like in Fusion and SolidWorks. The other softwares will find extrude, revolve like that. Here in Catia it is called as pad and revolve is shaft and many other tools. So let's activate the pad tool. Profile was selected already and now you can see the preview. You can define the dimension and click OK. Yes, just like that. After creating the part, you can save. If you don't find any tools here, you can activate the tools from View, Toolbar, and here you will get every tools. So just for an example, Boolean operation, if you select, you can see the Boolean operation tools appear. And these are very flexible. You can drag and drop and keep to the desired location. If you don't want, you can close it. Just like that. Now save the part we created. And if you want to invoke the assembly workbench from start, mechanical design, and you have to go to assembly design. So here we can create assemblies. To invoke any assembly part from insert, you can select existing component, or from toolbar, here you will find the existing component, select the icon, then you have to click on the product from the specification tree. Now the browser file opens. Here you can click on the part which you want to open. Yes, just like that you can insert more components. Okay, now so first component we have to fix it. First component should be the fixed component. It will not be fixed by default. So we have to apply constraint and fix it. Here you will find the fixed component. Then activate and select the component to be fixed. Yes. So our first component becomes the fixed component. Now, if you want to insert another component, you can do it the same way. First, you have to click on the existing components, then in product, then you will get the folder where you can select. Yes, now the second component is inserted. By default, second component will be inserted in the origin, so it is coinciding with the first component. So in order to move the second component, you can select the manipulation feature, then select the component. Now you can freely move. In this manipulation dialog box, you can select the direction of the movement or angle of rotation, like XY direction or axis or through plane, or you want to rotate. Based on your selection, you can move the component. Now, after moving, next step is applying constraint. So to apply constraints, here you will get all the constraints. I'm only showing coincident constraint. You can just click on the constraint and you can select circular face, edge or an axis. Here I'm selecting to edge. Yes. After applying constraint, it will not be visible. If you want to see the constraint, you have to click on Ctrl plus U from your keyboard, or you can click this button. Yes. Now it will come to this position of the constraint. Now the constraint symbol has appeared and this is the constraint. Like that you can continue applying constraint and continue inserting the components. I'm only covering this up to assembly. We have covered up to applying constraints, and this was especially for beginners, particularly those who are already familiar with other CAD softwares. Now you should have a clear idea of how to start working in Catia. Even if you had no prior exposure, with these basics you can continue learning and exploring the software on your own. Thank you.